Right, so back from our lovely weekend away in North Devon, which was fantastic. And look at all this booty that has arrived for me whilst we've been away. So let's see what we've got. Now, this is probably a bit of a giveaway. This is just long track to finish the ice slip extension and the sidings and maybe even the beginnings about going out into the garden, we shall see. So I'm not going to open that now because that's straightforward enough. Whilst we were away, we saw a model shop that was selling second-hand stuff, and they had these two at £3 each, which these are exactly the same things that I bought last weekend for, I think they were £12 each, and these were £3 each, and they're in really good nick, so that was a bargain not to be missed. I don't know where I'm going to use them yet, but they'll get used. And then this. And this. That's a different one. Right. And then so this is my arches. Little kit there to build. The station, again to build. Is the platform to go with the station. So there's my little hall. Yeah. It's Friday night now, we've just got back, so I'm not going to do anything early tonight, but over the weekend we should probably do a bit more. So just a little update. I've started to build the arch there, and I did a platform as well. Now, the thing about the platform is they give you this bit of card to cover it. Now the problem is you cut it to width and then you join all the pieces together, which didn't look very good, to be honest with you. So I went online and I had a look at what some other people had done, and I came across this stuff, Rust-Oleum textured aged iron. And what I've done is I've sprayed them, so now not only is it a better colour, but it's also got a proper gravelly texture to it. So that's the island one, and then that's the other platform. You can still see the join. That one's not so bad. A little bit, but I might give it another coat, or if not, I've got some fillery stuff that we can put in there. And then the other thing is they give you these little edging strips, which are basically just labels that you stick to the edge. Now I've tried it on a piece somewhere, which I think I've left indoors, but anyway, the upshot was just looked like a sticker, obviously. But again, I've seen other people, you can get special pens for doing road markings and platform markings, so I'm going to order some of those and do it that way. So essentially, out of the kit that I bought, because I didn't even bake the bases the way they suggest, I just used a bit of wood. So I think basically really the only bit that was actually any use was the brickwork, which, yeah, it looks okay and it's not going to be seen that much, so I've got those to put on. And that, nothing much has changed this week, obviously because I've been away, but I haven't really done an awful lot this weekend. Right, so I've just sort of finished my platforms. I think they've come out right. When I say finished, I mean painting them. I still need to put the brickwork is on that one. I've just masked over it when I was painting it, but I still need to put the brickwork on that one and finish out the ends, and I need to build the back wall on that one, and then there's the station building to be done and all the platform signage. Need to get a bridge to get from the station building to this platform, and so on and so forth. But mainly this evening I've just been messing around with the town scene. So I think I've abandoned the idea of the arches down this end, and I'm just going to have a retaining wall like so. And then I was just experimenting with some shops. These are just printed out on the inkjet at the moment, but I think I can maybe do those quite well if only I knew somewhere that had a really good high quality colour printer. Let me think about that. I know, I think my work's got one. So yeah, the horse is a Hot Fuzz reference. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then this is going to be the pavement, and I know it juts out a bit here, but we'll smooth that down and maybe make it a bit of a wider pavement here, not sure. Retaining wall, maybe more shops here, and then this is going to be a little underpass which will go into sort of the allegedly main town. And then we'll have a park probably here with a pond, and then I'm not sure yet what we're going to do here. But yes, I'm just sort of looking at ideas for buildings really, because to do all this, the kit, by the time you add it all up, it will still cost quite a lot, and then of course they just take ages to build, and it's quite laborious building them. And I think it would be more fun to do my own thing, because then it's bespoke as well, isn't it? It's not the same that you'd see everywhere else. So that's today's thinking. So as you can see, I've been having a little mess around with the points here, and I've now just this evening started to create the first proper bit of siding, so that I've actually got somewhere to properly store them without taking them off the track. So I can take any one of those out now just by switching the points. And then up here I've done the ballasting this evening. That's just drying at the moment, looking its usual splodgy horrible mess, but hopefully that'll dry okay. And then start from the back with some wood to start making these retaining wall bits that are going to go there. And then I've made up some better or more interesting, shall we say, shops that I need to get printed out, so they're going to start coming along here. I've also been messing around with the road. I've taken the bridge away at the moment, but the bridge comes down here, and I thought we could have a little, maybe a car park or taxi point or something there. And then an ingenious way to get around the fact that this board comes out is to make this bit here into a bus stop on that side, leave the zebra a bit further up here, and then another bus stop here, and then enough in there. Just making the retaining walls. So it says on these instructions that this is very addictive, and I think they're right. Alrighty, so you saw me putting this bit of board in because I was getting a bit annoyed about it. I'd originally thought that this would be the road, but then I decided it'd be better to have a nice level surface to start with and then build on that. So I've put this board in, painted it with that same texture as the platform here, and then what I've done is ta-da! This is my first ever kind of build it from scratch kind of thing. It's probably still not exactly what I want eventually, but it was a good little start. So this goes in there, and then we've got it's easier to do with two hands. So yes, so this is my first kind of build that I've done. It's very simple, but we've got here Foray Electric, which is a reference to Shaun of the Dead, another one of Cornetto trilogy film things anyway. Woolworths, Blockbuster, Costa Coffee, Rosewarne's, the old newsagent from when I was little, and then we got Resurrection Records. This was the record shop in Camden, owned by the now sadly departed Andy Bruce, who was very good for when I was in a band. He helped us put out records and stuff, and in the front window there you can just see it's one of our albums in the front of Resurrection Records there. So yeah, then we need to, you know, paint the markings on this road and then decide what's going to go on this side. Whilst I was putting this board in, you may have noticed I dropped my drill, and we've got a hole at the end of platform 1 now, so we might have to get some little workmen in to repair that. But really lately, the main thing that I've been doing in here is, I'll show you, is this. Just umming and ahhing, lots and lots of umming and ahhing this week. But I think now that I've decided how this is going to start, then it will become modular as we move on up. Still got the station building to build and put there, but look, we'll put that one there for now. And something else exciting happened. A couple of weeks ago when we went down to Devon, we stopped in at the in-laws, and Callie's dad has also got a model railway, so he was very interested in me telling him all about mine. And then when we got back from Devon, we had a phone call from her dad to say he had a few bits and pieces that I might be interested in. He told me what they were, and I said, yeah, that sounds brilliant. So he sent them to me, all free of charge, and this is what we've got. So I'm rapidly running out of space in here, so I've moved over here to do the unboxing. I need to keep this because although the contents is free, I did say we'd pay for whatever it costs to post, so hang on to that. So this is it. And he's also sent me some little signals as well, which is cool. So what this is what's called a DCC controller. Now normally in the old days on your railway you'd connect the track to your power, put the train on the track, and as you turn the power up, the faster or slower the train goes. And generally you can only just have one train running at a time unless you've got like different isolation bits and all that sort of nonsense. With this, it works by there's power always on the track, and it sends little digital commands through the rails to the train, and you can control like lots of different trains all running on the same bit of track at the same time. And you can do things like control the points, you can turn lights on and off and signals on and off, and the speed that the train starts and stops can be more finely controlled rather than a start and a sudden stop that you get normally. So let's have a little look. Right, so I've kind of set it up. At this point it's just like any other controller really. Turn the wheel. There she goes. There we have it. So that's all well and good, but to get the real benefit, or to get any benefit, you need to fit a DCC decoder chip into said train. So I shall need to get one of those and then take this whole thing a bit further.